Hello everybody, it is Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. I forgot the month, but then I remembered it very quickly. Alright, so today I'm going to read an email that I received yesterday, I think it was. I have since replied to the email. Yeah, I got it yesterday. And it was a really cool, honest, it's a real email, and I get emails like this all the time, and I just thought it would be beneficial for people to, I'm going to change the name, obviously, to protect the privacy of the individual. But there's a lot of common themes and concerns in the email, and I thought that it would just be useful and beneficial for some people that maybe are out there and have similar concerns. So I'll read the email, and then I will give you my honest, unbiased answers, and the same that I provided the woman who wrote in. So let's call the woman Amanda. How about that? That is not her name, but we'll call her Amanda. Okay, so she says, "Hello, I've been following you on Instagram and binge listening to your podcast for quite some time. I'm intrigued about your program. I'm 2 weeks away from age 51. By the way, Amanda, I'm not too far off from that myself, 48 years old. Let's see. I've been at this CrossFit thing since a month before I turned 40 years old. I've done just about every fitness thing while on earth prior to CrossFit. I'm a very average 51-year-old. Since starting CrossFit, I've been a member of 3 different gyms. I've had personal programming in my garage for about 2 or 3 of those years as well. When all that stopped, I went back to my own thing, another gym membership, and I was recently working with an old-time games female athlete for the last 10 months. I'm now back to doing my own thing. I have no interest in joining a gym, and I have a really nice garage gym with almost everything. My internal debate in question is this. I live in Minnesota. That's MN, right? Minnesota? Montana's MT. As she says MN, I think that's Minnesota. Or is that Michigan? Darn it. Whatever MN is, she lives in MN. It's very cold, and I refuse to go outside in the winter. Will this matter? I can't run or do wall balls outside, obviously because of the winter, which is actually fine with me. Haha. Gotcha, don't blame me there as well. I also work at a desk, and I have access to a gym at my university where I work, but there are some limitations on equipment, and sometimes I share space with college students, etc., and I get looks for doing things like box jumps. I work from home 2 days a week. I'm a rule follower. If a workout says that it has to be rope climbs, and I'm at work, that is impossible, and it will bother me if I have a low rope at home and I can't use it that day. I think a lot of people can resonate with that. I'm also not a big fan of sharing my workout times with the public. It's a pride thing because I'm at a different place than I was 5 years ago, and I'm just trying to hang on. How many people are members of Linchpin? Does everyone post their results? Can I log into the BTWB app and keep my results private? I'm also struggling with the Facebook group option, which I know I don't have to participate in, and I think I would like a community. I'm just not sure. I mostly don't want to program for myself, and I love your general take on fitness and aging and quote-unquote living to lift another day attitude as I keep trying to hang on in my 50s. Thank you for listening and your feedback. P.S. I've never done an online group like Linchpin. Change is difficult." Cool email, right? So she's got some very common questions, concerns, thoughts in her head that I hear all the time. So just pull them out one at a time and answer them. And I responded to her in the email, but I think this is beneficial to everybody. So let's see. So first of all, lives in a very cold state and during the winter refuses to go outside. Will this matter? Because I won't be able to run or do wall balls. No. Short answer is no. That will not matter in any way, shape, or form. And it won't really negatively affect your fitness. Okay, there's a little asterisk or a caveat to that. But I live this life in Washington State where it's just a cold, miserable, gray downpour for what seems like the majority of the year. Our winters aren't packed with snow, but they're just so miserable and wet that you don't want to go outside and run. And I actually like running. So a lot of times, like she's saying, when winter comes here in Washington State, if a workout calls for running, it's rare that I'm doing the running option. I'm going to substitute it with whatever is the appropriate modification on the bike or the rower. And every now and then, if it's a not crappy day outside and it's a run workout, well, that just happened to work out nicely. But that's not the usual case. I find myself inside doing a modification. And I'm here to tell you, fitness is still achieved. You'll be just fine. So if that is a concern that somebody has, you should just wipe that off the list of concerns. Now, the other side to that is, would it be better if you could still run and work those in at intelligent intervals so that you don't get any dust on that particular modality? Of course. Of course it would. I'm not going to lie to you. But you're still going to be just fine if you have to make modifications during the winter. Those are very acceptable modifications. And while there is nothing quite like running, you're not going to be shortchanged. Your long-term health and fitness is going to just drive on in a fantastic fashion by choosing the bike and the rower for a while. So you can't go outside and do wall balls. Nobody likes wall balls anyway. The heck with wall balls. I personally despise wall balls. Wish they were never invented. So her question is, I can't do wall balls. Her wall ball target must be outside, 10-foot target, 9-foot target. Will this matter? No, and it's kind of the same thought process as the run. Would it be great if you could do them for variants and they are unique and you get a throw in there and you get to receive the object as it's falling and there's a beautiful sequencing of, a coordination that's needed and a choreography that's needed to throw it, catch it, receive it, squat. It's beautiful. Okay, you can't do it during the winter and you're going to do jumping air squats, you're going to do thrusters, you're going to do something else, you're going to be just fine. There'll be a modification, there'll be another workout option, fitness will be achieved, you'll be absolutely great. Okay, let's see. So she works at a desk in the university, limitations to equipment, space with college students, gets weird looks for box jumps, I get that. Okay, here we go, the other part. I'm a rule follower. I know that there are plenty of people in Linchpin just like this. So if a workout says rope climbs and I'm at work, I guess she doesn't have a rope at work, so she'll have to do some sort of a modification, and that's really going to bother her in her soul that she couldn't follow the workout precisely as it was. I hear you on that, but look, here's the deal. And everyone is on a different path with understanding this. And maybe it never gets easier. Maybe it will always still irritate you to some degree. But if you can understand the logic behind it, maybe you'll be granted some level of acceptance and peace with it to know that you're still not doing yourself a disservice. First of all, rope climbs, great example by the way, are awesome. They're fantastic, and I wish I had a high rope to climb because we did a lot of rope climbs in the military. Actually, I always really liked them. I think rope climbing is fun. It makes me feel like a kid again. But hey, you're in a situation where the workout calls for rope climbs, you're working out at your office at the university, they don't have a rope there, and you're going to have to substitute X amount of pull-ups in place of the workout or follow one of the other workout options we provide that day, because if the workout had rope climbs, we would most certainly give you other options in there as well. Understand that as cool as it would have been to do rope climbs, as fun and beneficial as they are, that if we peel a couple layers back into why are we doing the rope climb? And this is an overly simplified answer, but why are we doing the rope climb? Well, we're probably not doing the rope climb because we need to develop overhead pressing strength, right? We're probably not worked in the rope climb because we needed to develop below parallel strength, right? We probably didn't work in the rope climb because we needed a metabolic conditioning component, right? Probably worked in the rope climb because what we needed and what fit into that workout was an upper body pull, a gymnastic style pull. And then looking back at what had been done in the recent past of what we'd done for upper body pulls, whether it was rope climbs, ring muscle-ups, bar muscle-ups, ring rows, strict pull-ups, kipping pull-ups, chest to bar pull-ups, weighted pull-ups, whatever it happened to be, the rope climb made sense and was programmed into this workout intentionally. Great. It'd be great if you could do it. If you can't, even though you're still going to solve the large training concern that day, which is an upper body gymnastics pull, whether it's pull-ups or something else. We had several options to fill that need with, and the rope climb made sense based upon the analysis that was done. But that's okay. Would have been great if you could do it, but you're still solving the major concern that day, which is an upper body gymnastics pull. It's just going to be a little bit different. So getting back to it, fitness was achieved. So those scales or modifications, while they do really bother some people that they are those dedicated rule followers and it has to be the way that it's written and any deviation from that is somehow a bad workout, I get it. But hopefully that explanation helps. And a huge thing of what we do in Linchpin is it's that whole concept of you can give somebody a fish or you can teach them how to fish. And it's really easy just to give somebody a fish every day. Don't question, don't modify, don't think, here's your fish, come back tomorrow for your next fish. It's a more arduous, more difficult, but more rewarding and beneficial long-term path to teach somebody how to fish, and to understand why are we doing these workouts, what's the methodology behind it, why did I make these decisions, educate me a bit on this, that, or the other thing. That's why there's been almost 400 of these podcasts that we've done, Linchpin Conversations, which, by the way, I don't know of anything else that's got 400 episodes of just no nonsense like this. I mean, if you start at podcast number 1 and go to today, all your questions will be answered. And so as you start to listen to these things and you watch the daily videos that I provide each day and all those things, you'll start to develop, whether you realize it or not, this strength and conditioning intelligence that will grow and grow and grow. And then it may still bother you, but you'll know why doing a particular modification or substitution is okay, why fitness will be still achieved, and hopefully that will help you like the workout. So, good question there. Okay, here we go. I'm also not a big fan of sharing my workout times with the public. It's a pride thing because I'm in a different place with my fitness than I was 5 years ago, and I'm just trying to hang on. That's cool. That's okay. I know in social media land these days, everybody's a potential overshare of all this particular stuff. You don't have to do that. If you just want useful information, to be part of a good community that you can interact with or not interact with at your leisure and discretion at to whatever level works for your personality, your life, your motivation, your support, that ball is 100% in your court. 100%. Patrick S., I see you just joined right there. I know today is your 3-year anniversary with Linchpin. Congratulations. 3 years is amazing. See you in another 3 years. You don't have to share your results at all. They can be 100% your results. You're totally good to go. And you share at your leisure and at your discretion. That's perfectly fine. So your question is, does everyone post results? Not everybody. A lot of people do. A lot of people don't. It's totally up to you. In the BTWB app, you are in charge of your own privacy settings. So you can select your privacy setting that when you post a result to a workout, it's shared with just you and absolutely nobody else. It's shared with just people who I think follow you or your community, or you can share, just make it public and share with whoever you want. So it's totally up to you. So you can use all of that and never have to share anything with anybody. It's your information. It's totally up to you. How many people are members of Linchpin? We've got thousands of members of Linchpin. Thousands, which still boggles my mind because, I don't have a business plan. My business plan is pour my absolute heart and soul into making the absolute most effective, minimalist strength and conditioning program on the planet. And if you do that, the word will get out and good things will happen. And that's been the case. We got no fancy media, no fluff. I don't edit these podcasts. There's nothing. Every ounce of what I do goes into programming and cultivating the community. That is absolutely it. And we've got thousands of people following along. It's not because we have any flash. It's not because we have any sizzle. We've got thousands of people following along because it works. And it works really well. And as far as I'm concerned, it's the most well thought out programming out there to get you profoundly fit without wasting your time in the gym and paying a tremendous amount of care to your knees, back, and shoulders, because I don't know, some of the other stuff I see, which is just quite frankly, people camouflaging their inability to program effective workouts by just adding volume to things and thinking that that looks complicated and whatever, like that you're crushing people. And then what good is what you did to your back squat when you strained your back or knee? Nothing. And so we want people working out and making gradual, steady progress, not just for weeks or months, but for years. And so we get thousands of people on board from all around the world, everyone from they're in their 20s to their 60s, and things are great. Let's see. Struggling with the Facebook component. Well, that's because Facebook sucks. Everybody knows Facebook sucks. I mean, I don't blame you for struggling with the Facebook component. I'm struggling with the Facebook group option, which I know I don't have to participate in, and I think I would like a community, but I'm just not sure. Got it. And I've been very open and honest about this. You nailed it right in the head. You don't have to join the Facebook group. You don't have to. I hate Facebook. I love the Linchpin group on Facebook. It is a beacon in a world of feces. It's unbelievable. And it sounds too good to be true. Check it out for yourself. You can lurk for a while and then get out if you don't like it, or you can be like, wow, this is amazing. We have people that don't post. They just soak up the positivity every day, and every now and then we'll hear somebody that's like, I've been lurking in this group for a year, and wow, this is amazing. How are you all doing? That's really cool too. But you don't have to participate in that. It's totally voluntary. It depends on, there's a big community of wonderful, supportive people there, and they're yours to be a part of at whatever level makes you happy. There's also, in the BTWB app, there's a squads feature. So when you join Linchpin, you get the BTWB app on your phone, you're in the Linchpin squad, and there's communication and messaging going back and forth taking place in there every single solitary day. So that's a way that you can have that sense of it without being part of the Facebook group either. But I think you might like the Facebook group, even though Facebook sucks. Let's see. I mostly don't want to program for myself. I get it. I love your general take on fitness and aging, living to lift another day. I'm into that. So, yeah, never done an online group like Linchpin. Change is difficult. I get it. But the wonderful thing is, you get a 30-day free trial. 30 days is a really long time. Most people will give you like a week, maybe 2 weeks. 30 days is a really long time. That's a long time to check everything out fully, really get a sense of what we do, really poke around the BTWB squads feature, the Facebook group, and see, what are these people all about? Is Pat blowing smoke? Are they actually really that cool? 30 days is ample time to check that out, so you got nothing to lose. So that's it. Very common questions that I get all the time. I hope that helps people, and I hope that we see Amanda in the community. Hope everybody had a great day, and we'll talk later.